beyond barriers. What is a barrier? Simply put, a barrier can be likened to an obstacle. An obstacle that can block, let me come to the Wari language. An obstacle that can block you from achieving your dreams. Are we good? A barrier, simply put, is an obstacle that can block you from achieving your dreams. And in life, let me be very candid this morning. Nobody, if anybody tells you that it's going to be very easy, then they are deceiving you. There will always be obstacles. And that's why we are alive. The day a man is born, you start facing your obstacle. You start struggling to breathe. You start struggling to sit. You start struggling to walk, to crawl, and then to walk. So we should have it at the back of our minds that these obstacles will always be with us. But what we are going to be talking about this afternoon is some steps that you can take, or some things, some factors that you can put into play in your life to enable you overcome such obstacles and be a victor in life. I put up some few points I'm going to be talking about this afternoon. And I said the only factor that can limit you is yourself. If it has to be, it's up to you. Nobody will believe in that dream for you. You have to believe in yourself first before you can sell that your dreams to others. I'm going to be using myself more as a practical example this afternoon. Kudos to all the teachers in Delta State and in Nigeria. My mom is a teacher. I have an auntie. I was studying business administration in my first degree. And she looked at me one day and said, what do you read? I was like, business administration. I said, okay, you go teach now. Because our sons were reading engineering and geology and the likes. I went into the room. I felt very terrible. Then I encouraged myself that, well, that is her own opinion. What is going to be is up to me to make it happen. It's left for me to become a teacher, to become a tailor, or to become successful. So instead of going into my room and wallowing in worry, in regrets, in self-pity because I was not reading engineering, I took it upon myself. I summoned courage. And at the end of the day, I went, started studying, started breaking the ice to ensure that what the opinion of others does not count at the end of the day. It didn't stop there. I wrote an exam with Zenith International Bank and I passed as a copper. And the people told me that we can't write letter to NYSC to send you to us. I went back again. Having transferred, I did my redeployment from Kwara State down to Delta. I was at home for 2 months. Not because I didn't have where to serve, but they were posting me to primary school and secondary school. And I was like, that's not what I'm called out for. Because after 1 year of service in the primary school, having passed that exam, you may not be able to, in the present day Nigeria, you may not be able to get that opportunity to write the exam, pass, and be called. So I went back home. The first school they posted me to, around the Borikoko, I told the principal, I'm sorry, Isma, but please, can you reject me? I had to even buy her bok that they sell in the school and some tips to ensure that I was rejected. And she stamped it for me, rejected. I went back to Asaba. The woman said, no, this young man, you are coming back here again. What is the problem? I said, ma, they rejected me. This is the text message that was sent to me from Zenith Bank. I have passed. Ma, let me go there. She said, no. Why will you go there? The government has said you must go and serve in the school. When they need you people to go and put your skill there and all that and all that. She posted me to another school. I went there. I did the same thing. I was rejected. I became a pain in her neck. I called somebody who knew her husband. I called another person who knew somebody who knew her pastor to talk to her. Yes. But at the end of the day, she refused. You know, some women are so powerful that when they are the husband of the house, the real husband, may not be able to talk to them. The man spoke to her, she refused. I came back again. MTN came that they needed 10 persons. I looked, oh, MTN. Okay, it's a good one. Before we could say Jack, the woman recalled her relatives that had been posted to other primary schools. And she called them back and reposted them to MTN. I was left dejected, but I didn't relent in my struggle. I went back again to the ZI in Delta State. And at the end of the day, the man looked at me, having suffered for 2 months, roaming around, nowhere to serve. He took his phone and called the zonal inspector. That, madam, this boy has tried. This boy has been coming. Madam, we have been posting some persons outside the schools. Let's allow this one go, madam. Let's allow this one go. It now became a debate. This boy's one is so too much. Post him. Before the man did that, he warned me that if I succeed, I hope they won't reject you in Zenith Bank. I said, they won't reject me, sir. So having crossed that hurdle, to cut the long story short, I started my career in Zenith Bank. Why am I bringing this example? The only person, as I mentioned, that can drive the process, the only factor that can limit you is yourself. I could have sat down and anyway, I've tried my best. Let me just go and teach. 1 year is not far. As some people will say, oh, 1 year, no, you go reach just now. But that drive, that passion, that dream, I said it was not going to die in my belly. Especially when I remember what was told to me that you go become teacher. So whatever you are doing, you should ensure that the first man you work on is yourself. Quickly, I'm going to be going on to the next one. As a follow-up to what I've mentioned earlier, there's no limit to what you can achieve. There's no limit. There's no limit. I repeat, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So ensure that you write your T&T every day, every month. It can be annually, it can be biannually. Ensure you write out when I say T&T, I mean your tasks and targets. If you don't know where you are going, wherever you are may look like it. But when you know that I'm leaving my house today, I'm going to Benin, you know that the first place you have to go to is the park if you don't have a car. Then you go there, you pay your 1,000 or 1,002 or 1,000 whatever, and you tell the man that I'm going to Benin, and you get there. So don't be deceived. It's not going to be easy. You can't pick success. You have to want it. You have to work for it. Then you have it. Don't settle for less. Each day, as you wake up, write that dream, run with it. Keep running with it. Keep seeking for ways. You have another big barrier is finance. You are going to have financial barriers to get money to do this and that. If anybody says there's no barrier, it's a lie. The barriers are going to be there. But you have to think it through. You have to be prepared. As I said earlier, you have to work on yourself. Believe in that dream so you can sell it out to people. If you don't believe it yourself, how can you sell it to me? So believe in it, walk your path, go through, the slides are out there, believe in it. Each day, think about it, think of better ways to improve on it, think of how you can do it better. If you try one particular angle, it fails, you can try another angle. There are several ways to solve a problem. If A didn't work, as a scholar once said, we have other letters. We have B to Z. So keep trying, keep believing in yourself, keep putting that effort. And at the end of the day, you will come out victorious. Thank you very much.